Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Wreaths and Things, and today we're going to do another base wreath using the ruffle method. The materials I'm going to be using today is an 18-inch wire wreath frame, some 10-inch black Deco mesh, pipe cleaners, glue gun, glue sticks, a rotary cutter, but you can use scissors, and a ruler. And a little Wreath 101. So today I am using an 18-inch wire wreath frame. This is the same as the 14-inch one with the 4 wires and the anchors going all the way around. So this is the wire frame we are going to use for today's wreath. All right, the first thing I am going to do is create a working wreath for this method. And you can totally buy these in the stores, but I like to make my own. And the very first one I'm going to do is right on the anchor on the second wire from the outside. So you'll see that I just wrapped it around a couple of times, and I'll show you again here. You put that pipe cleaner such that the cross wires are right in the middle, and then you give it a couple of really good twists just to make sure that's nice and secure. And then you just move on to the next one and the next one until you've got them all twist tied on with those pipe cleaners. And this is the start of our working wreath form. Now that I've got that section done, I am going to put a piece of glue down in the middle on the outside wire, and then I'm going to wrap my pipe cleaner around that, folding it in half and twist tying it over the glue. And what the glue will do is it'll keep that the pipe cleaner in place. So again, I find the middle, I put a little dab of glue down right in the middle on the outside wire, and then I take my pipe cleaner, feed it through that loop, and then I just twist it right where I have the glue, and that'll make a nice, secure stem. And again, we just do the same procedure for each section, just going over it with the glue gun and then twist tying that pipe cleaner on there. And really, it does go nice and quick. Now I'm going to work on the very inside. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little dab of glue in the center on the inside wire. And then I'm going to feed that pipe cleaner through that loop, folding it in half, and then twist tying it right where the glue is. Now, I worked from the outside in. You can work from the inside out if you want. There is no right way to do this. Let's put it this way. There's no correct way to do this. You can do it however you want. This is just how it happened for me. I kind of did haphazard. I kind of went on a little bit on the inside, outside to inside. But yeah, there's no real method to this. You just do what makes you happy. Like I always say, just you do you. So now I'm finishing off with my wire wreath form, and I've got my last couple of ones to go. And then once all the glue dries, which is pretty quick, I am all set. I'm going to put that to the side, and then we'll cut some mesh. But there you go. There is your work wreath form, all ready for the ruffle method. And I had a total of 18 pipe cleaners on this 18-inch wreath. Now to the fun part, the Deco mesh. It's the cutting. So this is 10-inch by 10-yard black Deco mesh, and I'm going to cut it at 30 inches. Now, unfortunately, I don't have one of those huge self-healing cutting mats. I only have a couple of rulers, so I had to do with my crafting ruler. I'm going to do 17 inches right from the edge of my table. That's off to the left-hand side off camera. And then I'm going to line up my self-healing cutting mat, and I'm going to cut at the 13-inch mark. So, a nice, clever little way to do this. I'm going to just double check it because I moved it here. But if you have one of those great big self-healing cutting mats that has 30 inches, that's awesome. Use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to align for myself right at the edge of my table with the edge of the Deco mesh. Then I'm going to come down and I'm going to mark it and cut it at the 30-inch mark. Now, if you can see on my cutting mat, it says 13, but don't forget, I have an additional 17 inches on my left-hand side. So that's a total of 30 inches. And because I have 18 stems with my pipe cleaners on my working wreath form, I'm going to cut 18 30-inch pieces. Does that all make sense? I'll say that again. I'm going to cut 18 30-inch pieces for my ruffle wreath today. And there you go, nice and simple. It goes really nice and quick with that rotary cutter. I just love it so much. And of course, I love this black Deco mesh too. Now let's get to the fun part, putting it all together. I have my 30-inch piece, and you can see it has a natural curl to it. So what I usually do is I have the curl facing down, and I just clip it on the edge of my desk. It's my crafting desk, I use it all the time. I fold it underneath a little bit, just so the frame kind of stays under control, let's put it that way. Now let's find our middle. Push your thumbs and your fingers together as you just finger walk right down the middle. That's the best way I can explain it. Holding everything with your thumbs there, you can just walk your fingers right down the center, creating a beautiful ruffle. And when we come to the end, I usually fold it over as well. You'll see here very quickly, it's folded over. I just take my fingers and pull it in. Keeping a hold of that center, we have this beautiful ruffle. We open up one of our stems on our working wreath form, and then we're just going to put that right in the middle there and give it a couple of really good twists so it's not going to go anywhere. And we keep those long stems because if you want to add ribbon or anything like that later on, you can just totally put that right in there. If all you're doing is the ruffle method and not adding anything else, you can cut those pipe cleaners. So one more time, we're going to fold it over a little bit. Let's take our thumb and index fingers, find our center, and we're going to finger walk, keeping those index fingers in the center of that Deco mesh. Usually what I do is I just follow one line and I just try as hard as I can to squish it all together. And again, finger walk. And at the very end, I'm just going to tuck that Deco mesh under a little bit. You'll see here in a second. Flip it over and then grab those fingers in that center. And we have another beautiful ruffle ready for our wreath frame. And again, you're just taking that center, placing it inside of the pipe cleaners, holding it in place, and then just twist those pipe cleaners. And you can just twist about 3, 4, 5 times, make sure it's nice and secure. And really, that's it. I usually fluff at the very end. I get everything all fluffed up at the very end. If you want to start your fluffing process, by all means, you can totally do that. But here you can see I'm almost full with everything. I'm doing my last piece of mesh. Again, folding underneath, do that little hand walk. And then once you're done with your little hand walk, ruffling everything together, fold it in at the end, and place your final piece in that pipe cleaner. I just love how this 18-inch wreath form worked out with this black Deco mesh. Oh, it's so awesome. I just love it. Now, I've had a lot of requests for people asking me, how do I decorate my base wreaths? So for this video, this is actually going to be for a Halloween wreath. And if you stay tuned next week, I will show you exactly how I decorate it. But here is your base ruffle wreath. And again, those extended pipe cleaners you see exposed, you can put ribbons in there and everything like that. Or if you just want the wreath itself, you just cut those pipe cleaners off. Again, I used 18 pipe cleaners for this. If you want it fuller, add more. It's totally up to you, but here is your base wreath. And like I've said before, here's all my supplies for how I'm going to decorate this ruffle wreath next week. all these Halloween goodies I'm so excited to show you. I hope you're excited too, so stay tuned for next week. Thank you so much for watching today. I had so much fun and I hope you did as well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks again, everyone. Take care. Bye for now.